You see that? I'll give you a squeeze just how bad it's been here. The end of winter and the start of spring, and when the heat came. This is a genuine air filter off the Briggs XRD 500cc, and you see it's done its job. That's 10 hours old. It's getting a full service way early because it's just been so dusty and dirty that we need it with that. It's terrible. I'll have that one. I was after an air filter. Here you go, guys, another video. I'm Nath from Nath's Low Cost Yard Maintenance. How you going, guys? Tech Talk Tuesday. It's episode 3, Tech Talk Tuesday, and I owe you guys a video of my 2020 equipment lineup of the 2-strokes, because we've got 27 subscribers now. I always feel weird about doing this in the street. I've got something to show you guys, little thing that I knocked up myself. First we'll go to this little disclaimer. Alright, this is a disclaimer. Nothing that you're about to see is for sale, can be purchased, is directly copied from something else or affiliated with any other brand or product that it is similar to. It's my own thing that I've came up with using other people's ideas, but I admit that it is pretty much 100% straight copy of another product that is available on the market, and therefore will not be ever produced or possible to be purchased or anything like that. But sort of ever since I was a young boy, sort of wanted the better thing, you know. I've always been the kid with the genetic product, whatever, Coca-Cola yo-yo, and I'm trying to turn it into a brain yo-yo. My earliest memory is me at 5 years old. There was these little figurines called a Mighty Max, and I got my mum's new, it's when all that buy direct off the TV stuff first came out, and my mum had these special egg things for making poached eggs, and I turned it into a little thing for my figurines that I think was probably like I'd found the one little Mighty Max man, and I made my own Mighty Max out of like little things that fitted into the egg thing, and I got in trouble off my mum because the egg things were probably worth like 5 of the Mighty Maxes from the shops. But yeah, always like try to make my own things and do this and that. Motorized bikes came out, I was the one putting whippersnipper motors on my bike, and yeah, when yo-yos were cool, I was the one trying to make my own yo-yo and trying to turn my Coca-Cola yo-yo into one of those brain yo-yos. All that sort of thing. Always like had the crappy thing and try and modify it into what I wanted. But this thing, the actual product retails for $150 Australian plus shipping. You'd be looking at about 170 where I am in southeast Queensland to get one. So I would much prefer to make my own one, give it a whirl and see what it's like, and then form my opinion on whether I want to spend the money on it, because at the moment the money would be put towards better things. So to give you a look at this that I come up with, we got just did a job here. So you see we got nice crispy edges there. Been using the edger attachment on the line trimmer for a little while now, a couple of years now, but always struggled with it. I don't know if you guys used a piece of equipment ever and felt helpless, like you didn't have control of it, or it wasn't working how it should for you. I know with the edger I watched a lot of Johnny's videos there of Quest on the stick edger, and when it come to me actually using one after watching it, I just didn't feel like I had the control over it with the D handle. So in the past I'd tried the bull bar brush cutter setup with the edger and I've come up with this setup. There you go. I haven't got a name for it other than the Great Bar, which is a genuine Ryobi edger assisting tool. Basically it's just the bull bars off a Ryobi brush cutter. If you look at it this way, you can kind of see it's the bull bars off the Ryobi brush cutter with the mount for the bull bars, and then I sort of just turned it around and took the throttle control on that off of it. I've actually got a spin on this idea as well, which I'll show you guys today as well. And yeah, come up with this, so let's take him down up here. That's what it looks like. I just had to go with the line trimmer for turf lining and that, just to see what my impressions of it were. And you're definitely more upright when you're using it, but it isn't my favourite thing for the string trimmer. But with the edger, it gives you much greater control. With this bar, having that leverage like that, it gives you much greater control over the edger. You also, the motor of the line trimmer is down lower to your side, so you're not holding it funny with your wrist and then fighting against it, and that side to side motion of the D handle to keep it straight. So I always had problems with that, and actually pushing it forwards with the D handle, I found the different angle that you get with the, use the trailer for a comparison here. The different angle that you get, so you see, like just in that position there, if you were to hold that, the angle difference, and then so with the grip it sort of brings that angle difference up higher again when you've got that grip on there. And so basically you just, yeah, I found that it works really good for me. Being as stingy as I am, I wouldn't just go out and buy something without having to go at it first, because I didn't think I would be able to straight edge with the string. The only way I can do it is to tuck the handle back or to hold it out to the side, as it hits on your leg. So the same concept as that little stick, but I'm sort of investigating this on a couple of different angles where I'll probably do away with a brush cutter. And I'll give you a look at that a bit later on. So this is what I started off with, and I took all the throttle assembly off there, and using the factory bracket that holds this bar on in that position there, I clamped the remainder of the handlebar down, which allows you to move it forwards and backwards and side to side and all that gear. Now what also I came up with, when you've got this handlebar mounted on the brush cutter, it uses the same clamp. You can actually utilize these brush cutter handlebars with this throttle cable assembly and this electrical connector. You can turn your D-handle whippy into a brush cutter. Now, so I'm just going to get this, undo this here, all the way. Let's pull the bar out. Brush cutter bar in place there. Like that. So and just like that. On my Ryobi whippies that I use, it is the same Allen key you use to adjust the D handle as you do to change this cable over. So essentially they could come as a kit with the clamp and this bar, or both, and you could fit the brush cutter bars up to your normal D handle whippy in place of the D handle, or at the same time as the D handle's on there. I've been playing with it, and the D handle has very little effect on how it works as a brush cutter. Namely, if you have that little stick on there, that little stick, I noticed it gives you extra aid with the safety with the blade, so that if the blade was to come back towards your leg, that stick will hit against your leg and stop it from coming back. I noticed it still serves that purpose with, so the D handle and the brush cutter bars can be run at the same time, with the brush cutter bars mounted in front of the D handle towards the head of the snipper, and you can switch it over to have the edger assister bar or the brush cutter bar, whichever you prefer. But I'm going to try this as opposed to having an entire extra machine on board, just carrying the handlebars ready to swap over at the throttle cable if needed. It's really just so simple. The time that it takes to take this bar on and off to fit it into the vehicle, you may as well just fit it up from scratch. So we're going to go out and pick up some new blades, which I'll give you a look at. You got them. So there you go. We got the Lupina made in Spain. And it says ASP. That's the part number. And the 42-inch Husqvarna blade. That's the invoice. That's what it cost me for 2 of them. So same prices as if you bought them on eBay, but I just go and pick them up. Don't have to pay freight. Yeah, they got this boron performance. And yeah, these will last me all season. No worries. And that wraps up this episode of Tech Talk Tuesday with regards to what I'm calling the Great Bar, which is the genuine Ryobi edger assistance tool, which is my spin of the Darwin's grip, which is available from Ballard's Products. Catcher Pro in Brisbane here is your Australian distributor for those. I highly recommend getting one just for the stick edger. The way that it connects to the unit and the actual bar itself is far superior to the thing that I've come up with here. And yeah, just the advantage that I've got now on edging is all I wanted. When I was doing edges previously, I felt helpless, like I didn't have control over the edger. Using this edger assistance tool, I feel that I'm in much more control. I'm faster. I'm probably standing up straighter than I ever was before. And I've only been using this, my spin of this version, since I filmed the last Tech Talk Tuesday I came up with it. So I've been using it for 2 weeks now, and so far I would invest the 150 to 170 Australian dollars that it's going to cost to get the genuine bar just to run on the edger. So that wraps up Tech Talk Tuesday. You guys have a good one. I'll catch you in the next one.